Hello there. Check out this Xterra. Why am I spending time with an Xterra? Well, A, have you seen the prices of used 4Runners lately? B, it's a Pro4X model, which means it's got some extra off-road chops and capabilities and options. And C, it's a 6-speed manual. Something a 4Runner of the same era, really of any era, doesn't have. So, let's check it out. This example is a 2013 Nissan Xterra. It's got 155,000 miles on it. I do believe it's a one-owner lifetime California car. At least the title looks that way. The title's got, you know, when it was issued, it had like 700 miles on it. So we'll confirm that with Carfax data. But it's cool. I just was driving it a little bit through the magic of editing. You'll see that right after this. Take it for a spin. And yeah, we'll row it through its gears. And we'll check it out. You know, there's not a lot of flaws. You know, on the exterior, before we jump right inside, there's this. Got a little crease and a minor dent. Same here on this textured bumper cover. It does have some rock chips, but really not a whole lot else. There's no plates on it right now because it had custom plates on it from that original owner. Otherwise, it's pretty good. I would certainly do tires. You know, the date codes on these are, I don't see, but they don't look super new. You know, some wild tracks or some BFG KO2s, or I think the KO3s are out even now. That would go a long way here. These tires, they're not completely bald, but they look like they're on the wear bars for sure. And so really, regardless of the age of these tires, I would change them out. I would do tires for sure. Other than that, I would just pack more miles on this thing. You know, the kind of the rub on these was they had transmission problems, but those were the automatics. And it wasn't even really fault of the transmission. It's not a Jatco CVT type situation. They would have an oil cooler in the radiator that would fail. Speaking of tires, this one is a mismatch and it looks a shade low. The TPMS light was on, which my understanding is just what it does. It just is on no matter how much air you have in these tires. But this one looks low. So maybe tires and a TPMS light reset would be ideal. Couple of nicks in the paint there. A little bit of rock blasting from on-road and off-road use there. The only other thing I noticed is, you know, I haven't checked in the little cubby box in here. We can look in there. I did pop these covers off when I did the photo shoot, and I tried to turn them on and I couldn't get them to come on. So I don't think that was user error. I think I was doing all the right things properly. Either the bulbs are burnt out, which is plausible, because if someone just had the little console switch flipped, it'd be very easy to burn the bulbs out and never notice because you got covers on them. Or maybe there's a fuse or relay situation, because both of them do not come on. This is a Pro4X model, so you get this cool little storage cubby, which is empty. Well, there's some pine needles in it, but that's there and that works. That's fun. Roof rack is good. You know, that's kind of the deal, is a lot of hard plastics in these, but it also means it's held up really well. There's no fabric falling apart. There's no leather shrinking up. It's got this rugged texture interior fabrics that have held up really well. This thing was designed to be, you know, rugged and durable, and it's proven to be just that. You know, the dash isn't cracked. Everything in here, for the most part, looks pretty darn good. Of course, there's the manual transmission. Got cup holders, on-road, off-road. Got a bunch of fun stuff. Let's give it a start, and then we'll poke around it some more. Try to do this left-handed. AC blows nice and cold on all speeds. A little warm, so I'll put that on low. Let's try our windows. There we go. Let's go down and up. Rears. Down. And up. Perfect. We got signals. We got headlamps. Let's turn it off for the moment so we can check out, or leave it on auto. How fancy. We can check this out. So this is pretty well optioned. You know, it's got navigation. It has a it's got a backup camera, although I guess that's just camera settings. I don't really know how that guy works. I think if I just put it in reverse, it'll come on maybe. Yep. A lot of glare, so you're not really seeing anything right here. But yeah, backup camera, that works. That's cool. It's got a rear locker, which is fun. And if I do that, ooh, yeah, brake light, ABS light, traction control, it puts on all the things. If I turn it off, that stuff stays on. So I don't really know. I'm probably doing this incredibly out of order. Here, just to confirm I'm not messing stuff up, let's shut it off. Let's restart it. Yep, all that stuff's back off. It does have 4 low, 4 high. That's what I'm talking about, the tire pressure light. So that, I feel like, just needs to be reset. Certainly needs a little bit of air in that left rear tire. I will say the volume knob here doesn't like to be adjusted. It's down on 0. If you are really careful with it, I was able to get it up to 7, but it's effectively not working. So I don't know if a simple new knob in here will fix this. It might be a whole new head unit, so be aware of that. Oh, I can hear it. I got it to 2. Oh, it flashed to 3 and then it goes back to 0. So it's really, really persnickety. When I had it up to 7, I got greedy and tried to get it to go. Oh, I'm gonna leave it at 5 for now. Let's tune it to something where you can hear. Oh, this tuning knob is kind of funny too. You can hear it. It does work. It's got an aux, it's got CD. There's no disc in it. I'm going to turn it off for now and just leave it on nav. But be aware, those knobs are kind of squirrely on the Rockford Fosgate stereo there. What do we got? We got cubby holes, vanity mirrors. We'll pop the hood and we'll look under there. We do have, that's the switch for those off-road lamps I was talking about before. It doesn't let you know that they're on or off, so I can see how those can get easily left on and burnt out. So perhaps it's just bulbs. It does have a clutch start cancel in case you are in a mud bog and you need to use a starter motor to try and pull yourself out in gear, or you don't want to just put the clutch in to start it. There's a lot of off-road implications for that. Power mirrors. Yeah, guys, working. Let's try the other one. Yes, ma'am. What do we have in here? Oh, there's the aux in, coins, business card holder, all this stuff. Again, it's not the nicest material ever made, but it's held up very well. There's a user's manual. What else do we have? Let's look under the hood. Power locks, power windows, and all works. Come on. Try to get some of the sun glare out of here. It's a pretty new battery. I don't know. Just sitting here idling away. These EQs are pretty stout. Makes good power, roasts for all the gears just fine. Nice and boring under here. The fans work. Back here, it does have these all-weather floor mats, which are kind of nice. And it's got like a box of goodies in the back. We'll check that out in a second, but these back seats are in good shape. You know, the more I spend time around this and other Xterras I've spent a little bit of time around, the amount of value in something like this compared to a 4th or 5th gen 4Runner, at this point, pretty profound. I don't know. I think there's a lot of value in something like this versus trying to pick up a 4Runner with twice the mileage for 50% more. And then, guess what? You get a manual. A Manuel. So here's that goodie box I was talking about. Xterra branded. You can flip this little guy down. It's got the original carpeted floor mats, which I think say like Pro4X on it or something. Can't really tell. But it does have those original carpeted mats. We've got chains, which, you know, if you need those, you're going places. We got a trailer hitch. We've got some cargo nets. We have the emergency road kit. I'm sure there's some dead flares and things like that in here. As I was driving around, you hear this guy sliding around a little bit. So I'm sure that this is an Xterra branded box. I'm sure there's a more elegant way to stow this guy. Because otherwise, yeah, it likes to slide around. Nothing too special under there. Check out the photos to see better what's under there, because I did pull this box out to get images of that. It does have still the Xterra first aid kit, which is fun. That's why you get the bump on the lift gate. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's pretty darn cool. So let's go shift some gears in the Xterra, see how it drives, see how it does, and we will go from there. All right, let's do it. All right, let's row our own gears in the Xterra. Here's stuff rolling around. That was all the box of goodies. That garbage truck has some noisy air brakes. Brakes on this thing feel pretty good. And yeah, that is a quick little drive in the Xterra. These are cool. I actually like these. I think bang for your buck compared to a 4Runner, and considering that they made this from basically the end of the 3rd gen, really started the 4th gen 4Runner into the reign of the 5th gen 4Runner. You compare the prices on these, especially when you also compare that, you can get a manual transmission in these. I think these are a killer value. They were competitive then. I think now that the value proposition is there, they are more competitive now, and I think they make a killer buy. So if you want an off-road capable SUV that's pretty darn reliable, especially in manual transmission form, and lets you row your own gears, perhaps this is the SUV for you. So thanks for hanging out, thanks for following along, bit often, bit early, and see you later.